Good evening. How are we all tonight? Welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is Alex's TikTok Takeover. How are we all doing tonight? I am bloody hot. I hope all you guys are doing okay. Sorry for the later start of the show tonight. I had some children trouble. Didn't want to go to bed on time, unfortunately, and got home late from work. Various things, but I'm here now. We're going to be talking about our expectations for the season ahead because we have had an absolutely smashing transfer window. Topped off today by the announcement of Aaron Wan-Bissaka completing a little puzzle that we've been trying to complete. Improve every single position that we needed to improve on the pitch, and we've definitely done that. Aaron Wan-Bissaka went right back, a couple of centre backs in Tobido and Kilman, and of course we've got Rodriguez as a backup or a partner for Alvarez, and Fuller up front, some of them on the left. It's been an incredible window, and so we're going to have a little chat tonight. What can we expect from the season? What are your expectations? What do you reckon is going to happen? Are we going to hit the ground running? Is it going to take a little while? Are we going to be challenging for those European spots? Are we going to be challenging for something a little bit more than that, maybe? Are we going to be challenging for trophies? I'm going to be asking various questions, and I want to hear your guys' opinions in the comments, and then we will compare them to what I think may happen, my predictions for the season. So, first of all, let's head into the comments. And who have we got in here tonight? Budgie. Yep, you were nice and early. Good evening to you too. Matt, early as well. I hope you're still here. Sorry. Hi to Helen. How you doing? And Matt, yeah. Hey, Anthony. How you doing, mate? Evening, Franco. Happy Hammerette. Nice to see you here nice and early tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Matt, 10 out of 10 window for me, Alex. Top 6 and a cup run will do me. I think that would do us all, wouldn't it? If it ended in a trophy, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? Happy Matt. Phil A will be gutted if he was going out on loan. Better for him to get minutes, of course, but really thought he may have stood a chance this season in the first team. Yeah, no, I get that. I feel a lot of West Ham United fans are a little bit disappointed that Irving may be getting out on loan, but I feel like it is the best move for him. He's 19 years old. He needs game time. He needs to be playing on a regular basis. And if he'd gone to a League One or a League Two team, I may have been a little bit more concerned. But because he's going to a Championship team, and a Championship team that does okay, they don't really ever really push for those promotion spots, but they're not usually in danger of going down. I think it's a good move for him. He should get some minutes, hopefully, and has a chance to impress, and then will come back to us in a season a more experienced player, and then maybe next season we will really get to see what he could do, and he may be given a few opportunities there. So I feel like it is a good move for him. I do feel it's a good move for him, but I do get why a lot of fans are a little bit gay to see him go. It would have been nice to see him given some opportunities, but I think because of the strength and depth where we've got now, he probably wasn't going to see a lot of first team football this season at West Ham. Good evening, Mark. How are we doing? Good evening, Darren. Anthony, top 7. Yeah, it could be. Good point, Alex. Thank you very much. Did you see Marshall get his first goal tonight? No, I heard about it though. I saw it on the feed, but I haven't. I've been running around like a headless chicken since I got home, so I haven't had a minute to check up on that. But I did hear he scored his first goal within something like 18 minutes of his debut, which is absolutely brilliant for the kid. Absolutely. Matt, the midfield is overloaded. It needs trimming down. I can see one out of JWP, Socek, Irving leaving. Irving may be leaving on loan. That is a possibility. Maybe Socek or JWP may go out, but I feel we are looking to bring in another midfielder. And if that's the case, then we definitely do need to cut down the amount of midfielders that we've got. And that is the question, like, who would you prefer, JWP or Socek? I feel like they both offer a lot. Very different things they offer, though. Very different things. Freno, I think we should aim for top 6, but it really depends on how quickly JL beds them in. It does. It does. But yeah, I feel like the top 6 finish is definitely something we should be aiming for. I made a video last night, which is over on the West Ham Network extra page. If you don't know, that's where you will see a lot of my content that I bring out now. It's on the West Ham Network extra page, and yeah, so I made a video last night saying West Ham mean business. You know, the signings that we have made this summer says to the Premier League that we mean business, and we are going into this season with intent. We intend to try and win as much as we possibly can. So, yeah, we should be aiming as high as we possibly can. I feel like every single Premier team should have that aspirations to try and do that. And I don't know, it never really felt like that was our aim over the last few years. I feel like it's always been try to do well in Europe, try and get into Europe. You know, it's never try and do the best you can possibly do. It's like get that bare minimum. And I feel like we're aiming a little bit higher now as a club in general. And I think that's really good, really good. Top 10, good enough for me at the start of this window. But now with some brilliant signs, I think 10th would be a bit... Yeah, I totally get what you mean. Absolutely get what you mean. If we finish 10th, I feel like I would end up very disappointed this season, unless it was a bit of a dodgy start and you know everyone else really performed. I don't know. Now 10th, I would be disappointed if we finished lower than we did last season, especially with the squad that we've got. Especially with the squad. Most Hammer fans would be happy with 6, 7. Happy with it. Yeah, no, they would be. They would be. I think that would be nice. European football next season would be ideal. Definitely. Would prefer to see Maxwell Cornell go than JWP or Socek. At least they bring something to the game. That's a fair point. I mean, are we going to really see much of Cornell? Probably not. But I think he's probably in a similar position to Zuma, where it would be very difficult to move him on. And I think there's only so many players we can afford to, you know, pay for someone to take, because that looks like what we're going to have to end up doing with Zuma. We're going to have to pay that Dubai club to actually take him off our hands. There was definitely some bad business there, but kind of foreseeable as well, though. Yeah, we knew he had bad knees when we signed Zuma, and I feel like we knew that Cornet had injury problems when we signed him as well. So hopefully making signings like that is a thing of the past now. Hopefully. We shall see. But we have all season to reach top 6, considering on teams around us in Eurocomp, change layout, there's more games for teams in Europe. Yeah, I mean that is a big thing for the teams in Europe, especially the ones in the Champions League. I mean, they've got 8 games in the group stage or the league stage, so to speak, and they've pretty much got a fixture like every 3 or 4 days all the way up till Christmas. It is absolutely ridiculous when you take into account the League Cup and the European competitions and the other Premier League games. Those teams up the top are going to be very, 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 very busy. Very busy. They're going to be playing a lot of football, and we won't. So maybe with this high intensity football that we are looking to play, we could take advantage of some tired legs in the other teams, possibly. Possibly we can, you know. That might be something that could work in our favour. I'm putting my neck on the line and say JWP needs to go before Socek. Oh, that is a interesting one. I couldn't decide at this moment in time which one. I couldn't decide between JWP and Socek, personally. Got to bounce back. We're so close to Champions League a few times. Need to get Europe to keep a lot of the players. Yeah, I feel like that's a very important point. And, you know, a lot of these players have been signed and they're signing up to a project, and that project probably includes playing European football. So at the very minimum, we need to be seeing Conference League football next season. Even that, I'm not sure will be enough to keep some players. Europa League would be perfect. It's a competition that I feel a lot of players would love playing in, and is a competition that we actually have a reasonable chance of winning as well. Champions League would be incredible, but I've always said at the moment we're not ready for the Champions League. You know, we're never going to win it. We can't drop down into the Europa League anymore. So although it would be fantastic to play in it, it's not a competition that, we realistically have a chance of winning, really, is it? John, I would love a great FA Cup run and a trip to Wembley, even if it's only as far as the semi-final stage. It's been way too long. Yeah, I'd love to see West Ham at Wembley. I've never been able to do it. I've never had the opportunity to go and see West Ham play in a major final. Every time that it's happened, I have failed to be able to get tickets, which is really, really annoying. So yeah, I would absolutely love to see West Ham at Wembley. I would prefer it to be a final. I'd never like the fact that the FA Cup semi-finals are played at Wembley. So annoying. I remember when they were played at Old Trafford and Villa Park. Much better. Go back to them days. I wish they would. Wembley's special, and it should be kept for special occasions, not semi-finals. That's not a special occasion. I mean, we all know how bad league form can be affected with European football. We have to take advantage, 100% there. When the teams above us, we are in the top 10, we have a wobble due to Europe. We need to get them and stay with them and capitalise on it. Yeah. Wow, what we got here, Neil? We have to finish higher than last season. I can't handle any of the careful what you wish for brigade. Banging on and really want to stick it to them. What we wish for proves them all wrong. I think that's what we all want, isn't it? We all want it. And I said the majority of the pressure that is going to be piled onto Lopetegui this season is going to be from everyone who was telling us be careful what you wish for, because they can't wait. They can't wait to say to us, "Told you so." That's what they want to say. They want to say that, and yeah, I just hope that he proves them wrong. He's always been under pressure to deliver, and that pressure hasn't changed. We have to be patient with him, but I think the important thing is not to listen to the negative voices if we do have a little bit of a poor start, because there will be negative voices, and it will be everyone who didn't want to see or thought it was harsh that we got rid of Moyes. Now, I'm not saying that's going to be majority of West Ham fans, because I think the majority of West Ham fans have kind of moved on now. We are looking forward to the season. It's going to be rival fans. It's going to be the media. They're the ones who are going to be the most negative. So we kind of got to put that to one side. We got to show our support. Give the man some time, because it may be a dodgy start, but I think we would all love to say, yeah, we were careful what we wished for. This is what we've got, and then we're showing off a nice shiny trophy or something like that. That would be amazing. Anyway, right. So let's ask some questions, and it's just going to be some basic ones. Here we go. Right. So I want to know from you guys in the comments a few things. Season predictions. I want to know final league position, where we're going to come in the FA Cup, where we're going to come in the Carabao Cup, top goal scorer, most assists, hammer of the year, surprise package, underperformer, signing of the season. And we'll do these one at a time. So first of all, can you just put in the comments where you think we're going to finish in the league? Where is your predicted final league position? And what I'll do is I'll see the most popular answer, and I'll take that as the chat answer. And so yeah, let me know league position. Where do you think we are going to be finishing in the league? Derek says 4th. 5 from Frano, 7th from O'Brien, 8th from Kevin, Mark, 10th Mark, what's going on there? Tommy, 7th, 6th, 4th to 9th. Pick one. I want you to pick one. 7th, 5th, 6th. I think 6th, 7th seems to be quite a popular answer. If you haven't commented yet, let me know your prediction for the our final league position. Where do you reckon we're going to finish finally in our league this season? Let's what we're doing. I've got 7th, 5th, 8th, 7th. I'm disappointed, Mark. I'm disappointed. 10th. We're not finishing 10th. We're going to be in the top 10. I'm confident of it. Mark, we've got 8th there. 7th, would love 6th. 7th. I own it. I own it. Thank you very much. Majority looks like 7th. Yeah, I think 7th is it seems to be the popular choice there. So we're going to lock that in. We're going to lock 7th in. That's going to be the roundabout position that the chat tonight feels like we're going to finish this season. 7th. That's good. Right, next FA Cup. What are we going to do in the FA Cup? How far are we going to get? Are we going to win it? Are we going to go out in the semis, the quarterfinals, the third round? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Let me know. Write it in the comments. Where do you reckon we're going to finish in the FA Cup? How far are we going to go this season? Let me know. Let me know. Paul O'Brien's got a semi. We've got a semi from Paul and Mark. We've got a lot of semis today. It's good. Oh, Helen. Oh, give it a chance. We've got 2 brand new defenders that we haven't even tried out yet. We could be okay. When is the FA Cup again? FA Cup again from January. So it starts in January, and that's the whole of that's from next year. None of that today, but FA Cup. We've got a few quarterfinals here. We've got a semi-final, quarters, semi. Not that I know of. I think I would know. We've got 1 win. We got 1 win from Hammer. There's the confidence. There's the confidence. Third round, quarters, semis, quarters. Oh, it's between quarters and semis at the moment. It seems to be very close. Very close, very close. Oi, oi, oi. West Ham Network, extra. What are you doing? You're on my page. What are you doing over there? Come on. Who's that? Is that Ad? Is that Russ? Come on. I need to know how far we're going in the FA Cup. Where are we going to finish? Come on. At the moment, we've got a couple of winners in there, but I think it's looking quarterfinals, semi, quarters, semi. As long as we don't get knocked, knocked out by Championship, I think this year will be a rebuilding year. Your expectations aren't that high. No, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. We've got 3rd round there. We are the champions. That sounds like Anne, doesn't it? I think so. We say quarters or semis. I think it's pretty certain that a lot of people are saying quarterfinals. Yeah, quarterfinals. We're going to lock in quarterfinals. We're looking quarterfinals for the chat. That is the chat's prediction for our FA Cup run this season. Right, now we are going to move on to the Carabao Cup. How are we going to do? I've got a good feeling about the Carabao Cup this season. I've got a good feeling about it. I feel like all the teams in Europe are not going to take it seriously. I think they are going to really rest players, and it will give us an opportunity because they've got these extra games at the early rounds. If we do come up against any of them, there'll be some opportunities. There'll be some opportunities in the Carabao Cup. I've got a good feeling about it. Oh, we've got some wins here. Oh, like League Cup win. Oh, I love it. Have a cheeky little win. We're winning the Milk Cup. Hey, God, I ain't really called that in years. League Cup winners, James, yeah. What was that? Crawley just smashed Gindham in the Carabao Cup 4-2. When did we go in? Did we go in the 2nd round? Was it the 3rd round? I can't remember. Because we've got no Europe, so we go in very early this time, don't we? John, how in the early rounds carry on the tradition and never won the League Cup. Things are changing at West Ham. Things are changing. Shamrock winners. Right, at the moment, it's looking like the majority of the chat thinks we're going to be winning the Carabao Cup. Second round is when we come in. That's not what we're going to win. Where are we going to finish? Come on, there's 300 of us in here. Where are we finishing? Also, we find out who we play tomorrow. Find out who we play tomorrow. So that's the good thing, though. With the strength in depth we've got, I feel like we've got a really decent kind of second team that we can put out. Not like last year. Not like last year when we could put out a second team that just looked so dodgy. You know, we could put out a fairly decent second team, I feel, this season. So come on, how far are we going in the Carabao Cup? The general consensus up here was win it. I'm seeing more wins than anyone else. There's a couple of semi-finals in there. There's a couple of quarterfinals. But it would be amazing if we won the cup, wouldn't we? Right. Come on, just put a yes in the comments if you think we're going to win it, because the majority of the people in these comments, the majority of you guys have said win it. So we're winning the League Cup. I think I'm going to lock it in. I'm going to lock in winners. Okay, the chat says we're winning the Carabao Cup. Yes, yes, yes. Brilliant. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. Top goal scorer. Who's going to be our top goal scorer in this season? Keeping in mind all the new signings that we've got. We've got a full season of Mohamed Kudus. Bowen still looks like he's on fire. Maybe not shagging. He's marrying her now, though, isn't he? He's going to marry Danny Dyer. You know, you've got the likes of Somerville, Fuller as well. Paquetá maybe. You know, who is going to be our top goal scorer? It was Bowen last year. Is he going to do it again? Well, at the moment, we've got 2 for Bowen. And we got 1 Abrams. 4 for Bowen. Ooh. Yeah, I think Fulkrug. I think Kudus could pick Bowen this season. He could though. He could though. I mean, I do think we're going to see a lot of goals from Mohamed Kudus this season. He wants to say Bowen, but Soucek. Fodringham. I'll tell you what, if Fodringham ends up a top goal scorer with like 2, that's a poor season. We've got Antonio, Pac-Man, top goal scorer, Pac-Man. We've got Bowen, mostly Bowen. Looks like it's mostly Bowen on here. And we've got Fuller. Fuller's got Fulkrug or Fuller. I'm calling him Fuller. He likes to be called Fuller. So yeah, Fuller's got a couple of votes there. Kudus has got a couple of votes, but I think when we boil it down, it's either going to be Bowen or Kudus, isn't it? I reckon. I mean, it could be Fuller. It could be, but some of what you been drinking? What you been drinking, Irish Tommy? Somerville, 35 goals. That'd be amazing, wouldn't it? It would be amazing if it was Somerville. I mean, look, he got 20. I think he got like 20 goals last season in the Championship, so he probably will contribute. He scored some stunners, so he could definitely get a few. But we're gonna come to top assists in a minute, Fremmer. We're gonna come to that. That's the next one. We're doing goal scorer at the moment. The Hulk, 18 goals. Cool. Wicked. Yeah, Somerville got 20 goals and 9 assists. A lot of goal contributions there. I mean, look, if he even gets half of that in his first season, that's not bad. 10 goals. You know, if you've got 10 goals and like 5 assists, I think that'd be decent. I'll be disappointed if he only got 5 assists, though. But 10 goals would be a decent output from him. But hopefully, we may get a few more. Abramovich, Kudus, goals in the first season, yeah, 9. You reckon he's going to smash this one? Come on, top goal scorer. What do you reckon? Bowen or Kudus? Bowen or Kudus? I'm looking up here. The votes at the beginning were Bowen. So I think we're going to lock in. Oh, I don't know. Do we lock in? I'm just having a count. There was more votes for Bowen. I'm locking in Bowen. There is goals from everywhere now. Shamrock. There is goals from everywhere now. That is a fair point there. Kudus won't score many of these on the left. This is another question. It's like, how are we going to set up? How are we going to play? I totally agree with that statement there. That Kudus doesn't suit the left hand side. You get the best out of him in the middle or on the right. And if he's being played on that left, he's not going to get as many goals. But Somerville should be playing there. But then it begs the question: how do you fit Kudus in? Do you put him on the right? Do you put him in the centre? And then if you do that, are you playing Paquetá and Rodriguez or Paquetá and Alvarez in the middle? Paquetá is an 8. That's where he started his career. That's where he's played a lot of these games, like especially for Brazil. He plays as an 8. So I can definitely see that being a role he plays this season. And if it is, then we can really utilise that attack with Paquetá sitting in that 8. Excuse me, alongside Rodriguez or Alvarez, with Kudus in that middle, in that 10 role, having that freedom to just be a complete menace to defences. Then Somerville off the left and Bowie going down the right with the Folk up top. I'm going to lock in Bowie then. But most assists, what we're thinking, most assists, who's going to assist the most goals? And this is actually a really difficult one this season. Because, I mean, Paquetá, I feel like he will, but there is a question on how long he may be available to play for us this season, which could impact how many assists he could get. I feel like Kudus will get a fair amount. Bowen will get some. Somerville will get some. So I definitely feel there's a lot of assists. And yeah, Folk as well, getting a lot of assists. So Somerville, JWP. Was JWP our top assister last season? He was, wasn't he? Well, it depends on how much he plays. This is the question. We've got Somerville. Somerville is getting some votes. Pack top assists. He may or may not be focused on his yellow cards. Tough one. Fulkrug. It's Fuller. We've got Paquetá. Okay, so we've got a couple of votes for Paquetá, a couple of votes for Somerville. JWP's got a couple. Paquetá. Assist Paquetá. Yeah, a lot of people saying Paquetá. Fair enough. I think he could. We're going to look in Paquetá then. Lock in Paquetá. How about Hammer of the Year? What were we thinking for Hammer of the Year? By the way, this is a very good point. He may be gone by Jan. I don't think he will. I think he will play the majority, if not all, the season, and then whatever happens after that. They're going to be very busy with Man City, the Premier League or the FA or whatever lawyers they use. They're going to be very busy. So, and I feel like they'll try and delay Paquetá's as long as humanly possible. So they'll probably push it back. Hammer of the season. Bowen, Hammer of the Year. Bowen, Areola. That's a good shout. I think he got third this year, didn't he? Kudus, Hammer of the Year. Imagine Paqu's last game getting a yellow card in the Carabao Cup final and winning it. Oh, beautiful end. A beautiful end. Oh, good vote there for Speedo, Hammer of the Year. No doubt Falkirk, Hammer of the Year. I feel like he may surprise a lot of people. We've got Paquetá, Kudus, Speedo, Kudus, Rodriguez. How do you replace the Pac-Man that's 85 million down the drain? Well, technically, it's not 85, it's like 55 million, which is what we paid for him. That'll be down the drain. But we would have got at least 2.5, maybe 3 seasons out of him. But yeah, we would have missed out on getting our money back for him if he's banned. The more I think about it, the more I look at it, I feel like it's less likely to actually end up in a ban. because I think they're really going to fight to say that the FA has to prove it without, beyond a reasonable doubt. Because at the moment they don't need to prove it, and I feel like that's what the lawyers are going to do. They're going to provide enough evidence, Pacquiao's lawyers, to kind of question it and say it's not what it looks like. I think it's going to drag on. I'm not going to say he's definitely going to get found guilty or not. I just feel like he's definitely going to be dragging on. So what other votes we've got? We've got Alvarez, Wan-Bissaka. Oh, interesting. Yeah, good shot. Alvarez, Wan-Bissaka could be insane. There's a lot. We've got Kudus most. Oh, that is very. Oh, it's difficult. This. Okay, I'll put up 3 names then. We will go with Tobido, Kudus, and Bowie. Hammer of the year. Pick one. I don't think it'll be Paquetá, personally. Obi-Wan Bissaka looks like someone's licked toys. Wan-Bissaka could be insane this season. 100%. Could be. Harrod. He already is Hammer of the Year. He is Hammer of the Year. Tim Steidon. Or signing of last season. Hammer of the Year. Well, I think it's between Kudus, isn't it, really? I'm going to stick Kudus in there. Kudus. Who's going to be a surprise package? I want to address this because I've seen this. Like, our expectations were high when Pellegrini, when he brought in Anderson, Hanna, and Yarmolenko. Yes, they. Well, I don't think they were as high as they are now. I think we hoped for the best back then, and Pellegrini didn't have a terrible start, really. He did okay. I mean, Hanna didn't come in until the end of his second season, did he? It's the end of his first season, and he went out of favour pretty quickly, didn't he? When David Moyes came in, but this is what we're experiencing now. I feel like it's a lot different to when Pellegrini came in. It just feels so much more organised and planned out. That didn't. So very different. Yeah, surprise package. Who's going to be your surprise package this season? What's the player you reckon is going to come in and really surprise us? God, Arbeloa. Faguli. God, they're 2 names I've not heard in a while. Tim Pellegrini played 4 nails as a number 10. He did a little bit, yeah. He also played Anderson as a number 10 for a while. And when he played as a number 10, it really worked. But then he was shoved out to the wing, and that's when his form really started to dip. We had a good start with Pellers. Hanna wasn't a striker, and Yarmo was a one-trick pony. Yeah, I mean, look, Yarmolenko could literally only use his left foot. He could use his left foot fucking well, but he could only use the left foot. Oh, Irish Tommy, Fulkrug for a surprise signing. Rodriguez. Yeah. Somerville, surprise package. Fodringham taking the number 1 shirt halfway through the season. God, I hope that's like it. Oh, we've got Max Kilman, Guilherme, Sullivan. Dear. Rothers will be great for us, but perhaps Kilman will surprise us. All right. Okay. I think it's pretty much between, but it's full of Somerville and Rodriguez, really, isn't it? This is a surprise package. Or surprise package, AWP. Andy Irving. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a lot of Andy this season. I think he's going to go on loan. We didn't need to know that, Nick. We really didn't. Your nan? Oh, that's nice. Kilman. Callum Marshall scored on his debut for us tonight at assist as well. Yes, he did, didn't he? Well done to Mr. Callum Marshall. Great start to his little loan spell. Brilliant to see. Irving scored winner in a cup. Possibly. You never know. You never know. So come on. Surprise package. Rodriguez, Fuller or Somerville. I wouldn't say if Somerville performs that will be a surprise package. I would say that Fuller will be a surprise package and possibly Rodriguez as well. My vote is for Rodriguez. I reckon he's going to be. I think he's going to be brilliant this season. I really do. I think he is. So it looks like it's probably Rodriguez, isn't it? And who's going to be we've got underperformer. Who do you reckon is going to be who's going to underperform? No, when I say underperformer, I don't mean like they're going to be a letdown or anything like that. Like they didn't quite do what we kind of expected to do. They just underperformed. That's what I mean by that. Yeah, pretty much. They underperformed. Who's going to be the underperformer of the season? Surprise package, no concessions. That would be a big surprise if they actually reverse that. I hope they do, though. I really hope they do. Oh, you'd be happy if Ings was a surprise package. Underperforming Kilman. Possibly. I don't think it'd be bad. You got Paquetá. He could have a wonder season, you're right. Underperformer, JWP. You worry that Pack's not going to be on the left without him. Pack will still play around that side. I mean, he's not going to play directly in front of him, but Emerson likes to cut inside occasionally. You know, he'll go down that wing and he comes inside. He likes to pass the ball inside, like plays 1-2s to do it, and Pack can still come in there and help him out. But, you know, Emerson's got to learn to play with other players as well. It's not just plays with it just doesn't play with Paquetá all the time. Oh, we got underperformer. We've got Emerson. Antonio to miss less than 15 sitters. Martin Somerville was an underperformer. Andrew, looking forward to seeing how George Murphy does at Bristol City on loan this season. I'm expecting him to make an impact there and be integral there this season. Yeah, I think he will be. I think he's going to have a really good season. I think he's going to impress. Nick, Kilman will be just average. He'll just do his job and decent, but nothing outstanding. Is that underperforming, or is that literally doing, getting what you pay for? James. I really hope not. We haven't worried about left wing at all this window, so if he doesn't perform. So what if he doesn't perform? Oh, fair enough. Surprise, Zuma returns with new plastic clip-on knees. At this point, you never know. I'm going to put a name out there. Good on me. And I don't think he's a bad player. I just feel like in the first season, he'll end it with a lot of West Ham fans thinking, why did we spend the money on him? Now, I don't think that will be necessarily detrimental to himself as a West Ham United player, but I feel that may be the general consensus among West Ham United fans. But we do have to remember he's only 18 years old and first season in a completely different league that could play a part. But yeah, I feel like if you ask this question at the end of the season, that may be the answer. But that doesn't mean I don't think that he will come good and he will be a good player for West Ham United in the future. Some of it will be okay. He's quick. He's quite strong as well. Zuma returns as a cyborg. It's underperforming a 4 million price tag, but it's decent average. I feel that's unfair if you're judging him on his price tag. It's not his fault we paid 40 million for him, even though I do feel like we have overpaid for him. That's not his fault. He didn't choose that price tag, and I think the majority of West Ham United fans have kind of said that we overpaid for him. So if he doesn't live up to the 40 million price tag, are we really going to be that surprised that he doesn't, considering we thought that we overpaid for him in the first place? So I don't think we can judge him if we don't get a 40 million pound defender. Although he could end up surprising us. He could. He's very, very well good. Usual suspects, how you doing? What's happening? We are predicting everything that's going to happen this season. The chat in general has predicted that we will finish 7th, that we'll get to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. We're going to win the Carabao Cup. Goal scorer will be Bowen. Most assists will come from Paquetá. Hammer of the year will be Kudus. Surprise package will be Rodriguez. Underperformer, it seems to be Kilman at the moment. That seems to be the popular choice, that Kilman will be the underperformer. Andrew Bowen should be looking to score 15 goals max this season. He's more than capable. Yeah, totally is. It's hard to define underperforming when there's so many ways you can define it. This is a very good point there. A very good point. But I mean, if you look, say, let's take last season for example. Which player do you reckon underperformed last season? When you look, I mean, we could say that, you know, Zuma, maybe Sofel, but then I feel like he didn't have a terrible season. Got quite a few assists. Maybe JWP, a few other players. I think Paquetá underperformed. I think he underperformed last season, especially in the second half. And so, yeah, it is very difficult to define what an underperformer is. Centre backs don't want to be noticed. They want to do their job under the radar. This is, yeah, centre backs do. I mean, we do notice them. Last ditch tackles. I mean, this is one thing that we've got. I feel like now we have got at least 3 very strong defenders who are very good tacklers. Like Aaron Wan-Bissaka, brilliant at tackling. Kilman is a very good tackler. Tobido, from what I've seen, a very good tackler as well. And I know that is an essential part of a defender, but sometimes you get defenders that are not fantastic at tackling. They're better at kind of reading the game, and I feel that's where we kind of lacked last season. That we had more players in the squad that were good at kind of tackling rather than reading the game, and because the way we were playing didn't suit that way, that's why we struggled. But I don't know. I kind of just went off on a little one there. Maybe. It's been a long day. Full group of no worries, because and Bone was still called Hatful. You think Fuller's going to underperform? JWP was underwhelming, yeah. Zuma but did he underperform when he performed what we expected of him when his fitness was bad? I think when he gives away, because he made a few mistakes last season, and he made a few mistakes that actually ended up being blamed on other people. I think Calvin Phillips actually had 2 mistakes that were accredited to him, but they were really down to bad passes to him by Zuma that put him in an awkward position. And if the pass had been better to him, he wouldn't have been in that position in the first place. So, yeah, Zuma made a lot of mistakes last season. I can think of at least like 3 or 4 times that he did it. I think he did one against Bristol City, actually, in the FA Cup as well, second leg, or the replay. Defenders, they're also quick, which will help JLo play in a high line. Yeah, that's how we didn't have a huge amount of pace. I mean, Aguerd obviously had pace, but we weren't playing a high line. We were playing very. I mean, that was one of the big criticisms, wasn't it? Last season, we would go ahead and then we would just drop back, and I can't see us doing that this season. I can't see us just drop back. I can see us pushing forward to try and get a second goal when we go ahead. And yeah, sometimes that can leave you a little bit vulnerable. Sometimes, can't it? You know, but yeah, I do worry. I don't want to play a high line like Tottenham. Their line's too high. Do you know what I mean? I mean, do you remember that game against Chelsea last season where literally I think you had like 7 of their players on the halfway line? It was like, no, that's too high. But yeah, it would be nice to play a higher line and high press as well. Very knackering though, high press, which is probably why we've got so many players, and so we have the opportunity to switch things up. And we'll do final one, signing of the season. Out of all the magnificent signings that we have made this summer, who do you reckon is going to be signing of the season? Is it going to be Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Torpedo, Kilman, Rodriguez, Fuller, Somerville, Guilherme, or Fodringham? And I think I covered them all there. Yeah, signing of the season. Aussieman. Did you go? I think. Do you remember that guy? Ibrahim Osman. I went to Brighton. We were trying to sign him. We couldn't agree a fee, and then he ended up going to Brighton, and now he's gone out on loan somewhere. I can't remember where. I think it's Copenhagen or something like that. But no, he's gone out on loan for the season, which I thought was interesting. Signing of the season: Rodriguez, Fuller, Kilman, J-Lo signing of the season. Jean-Claire Torpedo. I love that name. It's just such a French name, isn't it? Jean-Claire. Jean-Claire. I can't exactly. Top, Edo, or two. It's not Todibo. It's Todibo or Torpedo. I don't know. Whatever. I love the Jean-Claire bit. Perkins. Sign of the season. Torpedo. It seems to be. It seems to be a popular choice for signing of the season. Todibo. Todd. Ebo. I can't remember how he said it. I'll get used to it. Sweeney Todd. Can I just call him Toddy? What does that do? That's how everyone does it. Toddy. Right, so looks like Torpedo. Cool. We'll say Torpedo. Oh, interesting. So just doing something. And then we'll sorry. And we'll add this in. Alright, so yeah, this is what I think is going to happen this season. This is what the general chat kind of said. So the general chat says we're going to finish around 7th. I reckon we're getting 6th. I reckon we're going to do it. Quarterfinals, I agreed on that. I reckon we'll get to the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. And I also do believe that we are going to win the Carabao Cup this season. I do believe that. Is it actually going to happen? I don't know, but I do believe it. Top goal scorer, I think, is going to be Bowen. And I think Kudus is going to get a lot of assists. If he does end up playing on that left a little bit more, he'll get assists from there. But if he's playing in that number 10, I think he'll also get quite a few assists from there as well. So I'm going to put down Kudus. But chat went with Paquetá, which is also a fair choice. Hammer of the year, I think we're all in agreement. There's probably going to be Kudus. Rodriguez, surprise package. I totally agree with that. Underperformer, I put Guilherme, but a lot of people seem to think Kilman, which again, fair enough. And I reckon that Aaron Wan-Bissaka is going to be outside of the season. I think people are just going to absolutely love him. Not that I don't think that Torpedo will have a brilliant season, because I also do. I definitely do. So yeah, there's my predictions for this season, and there's your predictions for this season. And it'd be amazing. It'd be an amazing season if they come true, wouldn't it? An absolutely amazing season. Anyway, so how are we doing? Hot toddy. The comment. I'm not being mean to Guilherme. I'm not. I feel as I explained it when I was talking about it. I said when you get to the end of the season, what player, will you know, when you're talking about what player did you expect more for that didn't deliver, and I just get the feeling that Guilherme's name may come up, which will be unfair. I totally agree. But I don't know. But I totally get what you guys mean. It probably is a little bit unfair on the board side. Probably is. But I respect everyone's opinion on Gilman. That was actually my second choice. But yeah, I don't really expect much from Guilherme anyway. This is not who I think is going to underperform. Who I think is going to be seen as underperforming. It's okay. We will pick apart any list. We are a hard crowd to please. That's all right. Don't worry. It's fair enough. Been on social media for long enough to know that you can't please everyone. You definitely can't. You're sticking with fourth in the FA Cup. That'll be an even better season, wouldn't it? You know, we do that. We even get to compete for that shiny plate as well. And they say we don't care about it. Top 5 if the backline settles quick, but I think it'll be a slow start. Yeah, I can say probably it's going to be a slow start. Most of us allergic to list if you read. Somerville could underperform. He's he's got 20 goals, 9 assists, 16 man match performances in the championship. Yeah, he could do. From the looks of it, we're expecting a very decent season. Love that. Yeah. Oh, not my camera there. Yeah, I love that too. I absolutely love that too. Are we just setting ourselves up for disappointment though? That's the question. Are we? But I don't know. It feels. I think I've said that. It feels different. Very different. Just the way we've gone about doing our business, the signings that we have brought in. It just feels like we started afresh, and we're aiming higher. That's kind of how it feels like. And if you want to achieve things, you've got to aim high. And I feel like it's a very, very positive start, even though we haven't even kicked a ball competitively yet this season. But it does kick off this Saturday against Aston Villa. And what are your predictions for that game? I really couldn't tell. I think it's going to end a draw, but it could go either way. It could be a heavy loss to Villa. It could be a heavy win. It could be a draw. First game of the season, you never know. We don't even know what our starting lineup's going to be. Aston Villa have also done some business, but I feel like they are going to have a little bit of a dodgy start to the season as well. And I will be at the game, and I plan on being there a little bit early and trying to have a little chat with some fans, really. And maybe we'll record it, stick it up on the on the YouTube and the West Ham Network Extra channel, and also on the West Ham Network TikTok page as well, where we'll be posting up there just like a little chat. So if you're interested in giving me your thoughts before the game, you can comment on here or go over to my TikTok, West Ham Fan 86, and pop me a message on there as well. And maybe we can arrange something if you want to have a little chat before the game. You wouldn't mind it being on camera, and I think that would be that'd be a nice thing. So yeah, that'll be on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. So yeah, could be a good one. Could be a good one. I am going to be back next Tuesday. I will also be live on the West Ham Network Extra page on Thursday night, where I will be talking to Aston Villa fan Joe about the game on Saturday. And we'll be having a little chat, talking about Aston Villa's window as well and their expectations for the season, how he feels about our expectations and what he feels that we will do this season and things like that. And it should be a really interesting chat. And that's going to be a weekly thing, hopefully, over on the West Ham Network Extra channel, which I'm sure you can find if we can put a link up there. Can I get that link up there? I don't know. I don't know. I might comment on it and put it out there. But yeah, West Ham Network Extra. Boom. Head over there, go and subscribe. There'll be videos from me, and not every day, but I'll try and get them out there as much as I possibly can. Also, there'll be match reviews, match previews, match vlogs, things like that. And yeah, going back to, there'll be a weekly live where I'm talking to an opposition fan, which I will be doing every single week. And yes, I am now very warm, and I think I'm going to call it a night tonight because we started a little late and I need my beauty sleep because I'm not beautiful. So thank you very much for joining me tonight and answering the little queries that I had in regards to how we're going to finish. And hopefully we are in for a fantastic season, and we start with a massive win on Saturday against the Villa. Hopefully we do. So thank you very much for joining me, guys. Really do appreciate it, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Come on, you Whites.